Hey everyone, welcome to your 30-day yoga challenge. My name's Bruce. Today is day 7. Day 7. Congratulations on making it this far. Today we'll be focusing on integrating a number of the things that we've learned over the last 6 days that will really help to support us throughout the rest of the journey. So let's go ahead and come into a child's pose. Coming to the back part of your mat with your big toes together, and you're more than welcome to bring the knees apart. I've got the knees around mat width, and then walk the arms out in front of you. So even with your hands, they're already shoulders distance apart. You can bend your elbows, relax the forearms, and with your eyes closed, just feel the forehead heavy on your mat. Taking a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Just like we did on our first day check-in. And really checking in is something you want to make a habit of doing at the start of each practice. How is it that you're feeling today? How is it that you're feeling as a result of these last 6 days, knowing that you've maybe integrated something newer into your daily routine? Inhale together. And then gently open the mouth, breathe out. All right, yogis, let's come forward onto our hands and knees into a tabletop pose. Looking down at your hands, and remember that these are shoulders width apart. And I'm working with index fingers parallel, so I've rotated my hands slightly outwards to support that. We're going to start by moving into a cow pose. Start from your tailbone. Tilt the tailbone so it points up. Begin to arch through the lower part of the spine, moving it into the middle part of the back, and then begin to open the chest, lifting the chin, looking up. And then we'll move towards cat pose, but start from the tailbone, drawing the tailbone down. Hugging up and in through the abdomen, pulling in through those lower ribs, hollowing out the heart as you draw the chin into the chest. Push firmly through your hands, the arms stay straight. Let's repeat cow pose. Inhale, tilt the tailbone up, a feeling of the abdomen moving towards the floor. And as you draw the chest up, also think of pulling it forward through the gateway of the arms. Repeat into cat pose, drawing the tailbone down, hugging up and in through the abdomen, and pulling the front part of the body in and away from the floor. Come back in towards tabletop pose, inhale. And on the exhalation, reach your right leg back. So bringing the right leg straight and roughly in line with the ground. The top part of the head is reaching forward. And then bend your right knee so the heel is coming towards the glute. Stay as you are and extend the hip more by drawing the right thigh bone higher. And then with the exhalation, we'll bring the right thigh towards the stomach. And then with your right knee, I actually want you to guide it towards the right and slide your right ankle just in front of the left thigh. So we're in a bit of a figure 4 shape, something we did yesterday. We're going to do a cow and cat pose here. So tilt the tailbone up, lowering the abdomen down, opening through the chest, lift the chin, look forward. And as you go into cat pose, start from the tailbone, drawing down, hugging through the stomach. Keep pushing through your hands so your arms are straight, drawing the chin in towards the throat. Let's do that again. Inhale, tailbone lifting into the sky. Arch through your spine, bringing the chest forward. And then stay here. Exhale, push firmly through the hands. Then bring the hands a bit more towards the front of your mat. With your left toes curled, lift the knee and then draw the right shin bone forward towards a pigeon pose. You can stay upright on your hands, chest is up. If you would like, you can bring your body down and forward. We're really here for only 2 breaths more. Inhale. Push the right shin bone down, exhale. Inhale. Hug the inner thighs together, exhale. Now with your hands flat onto your mat, come into a figure 4 in the down dog. So right ankle is above the left knee, and then lightly press the outer ankle against the thigh like you're moving your right thigh towards the back of your mat. Bring the knee in towards the chest or towards the chin, pointing the toes, and then three-legged downward dog. Reach your right leg high into the air. Look forward and step lightly your foot between the hands. Lower your back knee onto the floor, and remember this feeling of squeezing the front heel and back knee together, and additionally hugging your outer hips towards each other. We'll lift our arms over the head, Anjaneyasana. Turn your palms to face the front, and then bend your elbows into cactus arms. Continue to lengthen the tailbone down. Now draw the elbows towards the space that's behind you, and then exhale, let's squeeze the palms together, the forearms and the inner elbows. Do that again, opening through the chest, through cactus arms, taking the backs of the elbows more towards the space behind. Exhale, palms together, forearms, and even the inner elbows come to squeeze. Now straighten the back knee, fold your upper body halfway over the leg, and reach the arms along the sides of your body with palms facing the earth. Notice if your heel is becoming light, and rather press it down. Keep rooting your right heel into the floor. Now left hand comes down onto your yoga mat. Stretch the right arm high into the air, inhaling to look up. And then on your exhale, bring your right hand underneath your left armpit. Or imagine your right hand is reaching towards the left, but it's moving under the armpit. And then we're gonna open our chest, twist, reach your right arm high into the air. Exhale, repeat. Reach under the left arm towards the left side of the room, stretching the upper part of your back. Repeat, inhale, opening through the chest, lift. And this time, take your hand at the base of the skull, pull gently the head away from the back of the heart, and then twist at the same time, elbow closer to the sky. Bring your right hand to the floor, make your right knee straight, and then with your left foot, step forward. Feet hips distance. Look straight to the horizon, find length, push back through your buttocks. Exhale, bow. Okay, round your spine. Grab the opposite elbows or forearms. Breathe in. Exhale. Release your arms, and then begin to come up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Making your way up, one bone stacking over the other. At the very top, turn your arms so your palms face the sides, and then circle them over your head, looking up. Breathe in. Exhale directly into forward fold, breathing out. Okay, half lift, inhale. Step back into plank with your exhalation. Hands, like anytime they're on your mat, are shoulders distance. Index fingers, in my case, are parallel. And just make sure that whether you're choosing to have the indexes or middle fingers in line with each other, that they very much are. Ground through the base knuckle, especially of those first fingers. Press through the thumb tips. Downward dog, exhale. Okay, inhaling. Stay as you are, exhale. Now, even if your knees are straight, so please decide if you're going to have the knees bent or not, but feel that energetically the kneecaps press forward, but the thighs move back. Lower down into the knees and find yourselves back in tabletop position. Wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips, and with our inhalation, we reach back through our left leg. Hips mostly leveled and squared. Bend your knee, keep your thigh lifted, but bring the heel towards the glute. Lengthening the tailbone towards the space behind you, lift the thigh bone higher. Bring the thigh towards the stomach, and then direct the knee towards the left so your ankle, the outer left ankle, comes to the front of the right knee, and then we'll move into cow pose. Draw the tailbone up. Think of lifting through the chest, look forward. Notice how this might feel versus when our legs are together. Draw the tailbone down, round your spine towards cat pose. Inhale, go back to the arch. Move to cow, and then exhale, walk your hands a touch forward. And then using your back toes curled, the lift of the right knee to move your leg in towards pigeon. By all means, lower your front body down. I'm going to stay upright myself today, and then we'll breathe in. Focus on the inner right thigh squeezing to the midline. Breathe in, and as you exhale, gently root your outer shin bone into the floor. Those hands come flat to the mat. We step to figure four in down dog. So really it's down dog just with the left ankle above the right knee. You can dorsiflex the left ankle. Lightly push into the right thigh so that your outer hip starts to tense and you push the thigh bone back a bit more. We're going to take the knee into the nose, point through your left toes, and then stretch back and up into three-legged downward facing dog. Let that leg rise higher. Look to the space of the hands and softly bring your foot forward. Right knee meets the floor, and as you come up right away, feel the scissoring of front heel and back knee together. Lift your arms, additionally hug the outer thighs. Palms face forward, bend the elbows, cactus. And then move the arm bones back more. Exhale, allow your palms to touch, forearms and inner elbows to squeeze. Opening up, breathe in, cactus with the arms. Exhale, come back to squeezing, not just the palms and forearms, but for those of you tighter, the inner elbows as well. Back knee straightens. We fold over our front thigh and sweep the arms along the sides of the body. Root more through the left heel, especially if it's light. Left hip firming in. And then right hand to the floor, opening through your chest as the left arm comes high into the air. Look up, and then exhale, take your arm, reach behind the right towards the right side, but feel that through the reach of these fingertips that the shoulder blade widens. Opening through the chest, inhale, lift the fingertips to the sky. On the exhale, it's a little bit of this rounding, this twist, reach to the right side, actively stretching through your shoulder, upper back. Inhale, lift your left arm up one more time. Now stay here. You're going to lightly bring the hand to the base of the skull, pull it away from your upper back, and it's at the same time twist and get your left elbow tip to point high. Lowering your hand down onto the floor, make your front knee straighten just for a moment, and then right foot forward with your feet hips width. Look straight ahead for length, inhale, and then exhale, forward folds. Start to bend your knees towards a chair pose, so your hips, they come down, almost in line with the knees if it's possible. Bring your ribs away from the thighs and reach up through your arms. Think of fingertips moving high into the sky. Forward fold, do exhale. Lift halfway through the chest, and then step back into plank. Base of first fingers root, thumb tips grounding, elbows are straight, and rotate the arms like you want the inner biceps to face each other. And then exhale into downward dog position. Okay, right leg comes high into the air, right away pointing through the toes. Bend your right knee, heel towards the buttock. See if your thigh can lift higher. Rotate through your hips so the front of the thigh begins to face more towards the right, even high into the sky. And then bring that knee forward towards the nose, chin. Step forward with your foot. And then we'll rise with a slight bend of the back knee into high crescent lunge. High crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers at the back part of the head. Pull in through your navel, soften through the ribs, and draw those elbows back. The bending of the back knee just allows a bit more movement, more stability of the pelvis. By all means, straighten it out if that feels good. Keep your hands behind your head and spin lightly the back heel down for a warrior two pose, but we're keeping the hands behind the head. Outer right hip is firming in, lengthen the tailbone down. Can we take the elbows, the backs of, the outer elbows in this case, more to the right side of our mat. Now reach your left hand to the back, your right arm over your ear, also to the back, reverse warrior. And then bring both of your hands down to the front, downward dog, step back directly. And then left leg rising in the air, inhale. Keep the hips leveled, exhale, bend through your knee. With the hips mostly leveled, lift the quadriceps higher. And then rotate through the thigh, getting the front to face more towards your left side, lifting higher, and the knee traveling forward towards the front. Look forward as we step between the hands. Bending the back knee just a little bit, it stays off the floor. Rise to crescent lunge, lift your arms. Lace the fingers at the back part of the head, and while your tailbone is drawing down, lift through the crown of the head. See if you can actively lengthen the spine. Draw the upper arm bones back. With control, turn your back heel down, warrior two with your legs, and then maintain the hands behind your head. Get those inner elbows away from the right side of your mat, so the side that I'm facing towards you, and squeeze the outer left hip also that direction. The right hand reaches down, left arm goes up and back, reverse warrior, bringing both of your hands to the front as you step directly to downward dog. Exhale. Okay, stay here, breathe in. Exhale completely. And then inhale forward into plank pose. Let's lower steadily towards the floor. As we come to lie down completely, arms are along the sides. Gently press your pubic bone into the floor. Bend your right knee, and then bend your left knee. When your knees bend, you might notice a little recessing of the hips. So resist and press it back towards the floor. Now inhale, lift the chest, lift your thighs, and then reach your hands back. And although you may be able to touch the feet, in this case, just stay in this position. Continue to lengthen the tailbone back, lowering down with your hands underneath the forehead. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay where you are, inhale. Consciously pull in through the abdomen, exhale. Lift your head and then bend your knees. Okay, this time, see if you can hold the foot or the ankle. Okay, so coming into the setup for bow pose, and if you cannot, one option or your second option would be to lace the fingers and come up with your chest and legs straight. Now for those of us who are holding on to the feet or the ankles, there's a pushing of the pubic bone down, and we lift the chest as the feet press lightly against the hands, opening a little wider and coming down slowly. Hands underneath your forehead, just the same. Breathe in and exhale. Hands to the sides of your chest, pressing yourselves towards child's pose, where we first started, big toes together, knees apart. Allowing your body to settle, to give it some moments, some time to integrate the efforts of your practice today. To feel that as we move from one day to the next, that you're applying not just greater awareness of your body and mind as you move from pose to pose, but also seeing how these practices integrate into your days. So much gratitude to all of you for carrying on with this challenge. It is an honor to guide you. Until tomorrow, namaste.